Yeah. Strong. I ride the way. Call myself aboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. I ride the way. Call myself aboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. Strong with pocket full on repeat. Gotta count up and up and down. Pizza throw about 100 miles. Gotta look, can't miss down. Spinning already, always on go. Taking me to pin pal. P.O. said slow down, so I come away and I skip town. 6 on underage, that 12 jurors in a mistrial. They seen I was underpaid, said you wide, no 10 time. I need like a man, even if your eyes don't dare to. Touchdown like I had a 6 with a shimmy, nigga, that's a problem. Don't be worried about what straw do. Do you and I'ma do I. So the boy got a paint job with a clip coat and some fall guy. The girlfriend needed took a beat, I was fresh meat, no big five. Give me win and Beyonce, put a ring on it in the lunch line. Head coach and I'm on the court. Referee and I'm shoot three. Put sweat in it to the green. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins in a bell tip. Open up, let me splash it. Right away. Motherfucker aboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong, gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. All right, motherfucker aboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong, gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. Strong, second round of the fight, something ain't right. I gotta do my work. You walking through the air, no night flight. That was the people. Got one like a living. I put 15 on the ground, running rabbit past the Usain Bolt. Don't like 2 finger signs so far, I can't be taught. Night in it's crunch time, and I'm sitting home like a walk off. AMG on steroids, get the flex muscle with a nightmare. Coming full force, no warning, just know I don't fight fair. Good flight, no flight fair. Hot rounds out of hot barrel. Put the mic in the head, lock into the tap there. Short of LCPR. What the hell ain't he need for? Took him to the water, get him up. Time for you a lifeguard. I'm my own damn lifeguard. Denzel's with a wrist sharp. Might show me once hard, get skateboards and I count car. Play my hand for the W. Time talk about who is who. They be on this, who is who. I'm on the third board. I'm coming to Stroud.
Check 1, check 2. This is Hood Talk. This is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get the show started. Tell them the topic. Tell them what we're going through today. You got to at least come off mute first.
I do apologize. Good evening, everyone. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, the information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing.
I got you that time. You were
the subject tonight. Are Jackson streets getting better with 38 new homicides in 2024 so far? So is it that people are too hard? But again, rip to the people who has been lost to this crime. Rest in peace. Anybody that has lost a family member or someone you may know, our condolences and heartfelt, sincere condolences go out to you. But we want to talk about it. We want to see what's going on with our city. Like, what could be the problem?
Because obviously it is a problem. Somewhere.
It's a problem.
We had 12 murders in January. It was 4 in February, 13 in March. And we done had 9 murders already in April.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
and
It's the
we're gonna have to get to it some kind of way because
problem.
the problem is way worse than we thought. So what you got on the subject first?
I mean, I just don't understand it. I know the way of life with people that we are dealing with so much in life, period, first and foremost. And for the crime to take place, then they got a gun show coming here this weekend again. So you're talking about the crime, but what crime are you preventing, or what is being put into place where we can get a hold on the crime?
And just like he said, nothing to do for the kids.
Yeah,
Sometimes it, it it just ain't enough out here for you know Joker to do. So
that's
you know, um, he said they got to stop the gun shows and all that. Well, I'm gonna tell you this: one thing you ain't never seen no violence jump off is at a gun show. And what it
um,
is most people don't like it when everything is equal. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that bully others and threaten the others and all that. That's because they think they got the upper hand most time. Most time
mm-hmm.
somebody pulling out a gun and then they want to bluff and they want to I'm the big bad guy. This gun make me somebody. You know what I'm saying? Um and a lot of people pull out guns now because a lot of people don't fight. A lot of people know if they don't pull it out, somebody else gonna pull it out.
Yep.
So it's a lose-lose situation a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that sometimes because I don't see what we winning it. I just
No.
really what did he say? Let me see.
He said, I'm talking about nothing. It looked like no one stayed there. I was on YouTube. Really. What the heck is this? Okay.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
okay.
It may be something else.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, oh, he's hold on. Did he straighten it up? Oh no, yeah. Let me light that up so I know what I'm at.
Hmm.
So, so let's get on these subjects because we got to go somewhere. We got to go somewhere.
So how did we get here? Why is it so bad? We're trying to figure it out. I think, you know how people always say we got to get out of the old time way. The old time way is really probably what saved us, you know?
Yeah, it got me thinking. Um, the thing got me thinking about. Okay, he said what he was saying that he was looking on YouTube at my home job. It looked like no one's living there. Trees everywhere, houses told them trying to build shit, trying not to do everything for the kids. Everybody needs to put together
Pull
Jackson.
together.
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. One thing that I think going on is a lot of things are moving too slow. I think a lot of these houses been abandoned and left there for years and years, just rotting away, just before they toe down. I mean, I understand some of the red tape, but sometimes we got to do, you know, when the roof and the trees and all this stuff, houses done burnt down and this and that. I mean, you got to think about it. A lot of people don't even realize some of these people be done died, moved out of town, then got paid and ain't going back to it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand that part of it too.
Well, that's an important thing to keep up the property, so it can try and keep the value up. And a lot of people don't. Have you ever rode in some areas? You see like trash everywhere, things like that.
Read that.
Everybody in Jackson needs to pull together instead of pulling each other down and talking about what we don't have, doing something about it. We just all need to come together. I'm talking about everybody in Jackson. I agree. When the last time have you attended a community meeting in your community?
Think last what that month, about a month and a half ago, something like that. I think one thing about meetings, I think more meetings need to be held outside, um, in an area that you're trying to do something about, because sometimes people got to get out there and actually see. I think sometimes when you have a meeting and it's not like, say if you say like everybody complaining about them racing and things, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So why not have a meeting on Maggie Evers, what a race thing is, and show this was happening at right here in front of the church. This is what's causing this, and talk about it right out there so Joe can sit up there and get to the problems. Like, only way to get to real problems is to actually go what a problem is and sit there for a minute and discuss, because I guarantee you, if you go somewhere and sit there for an hour, just like as long as the meeting be having an hour and a half, you're gonna see stuff and you say, oh, I understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the people from, if we complain about Joe running lights, have a meeting outside that light so everybody can see how he running the, have the police out there too. Let them just see how they just running lights and this and that. Because I'm gonna tell you, part of the problem sometimes is, you got and I noticed JPD do it, but Capital don't. You got all this keep the lights on, be visible, this and that, because because it's like you not looking for the crime. It's like you trying to scare off the crime before it happened. But if you leave your lights off where you can see the crime happening, like when you gonna how you gonna catch the criminals when you got your where they can see you a mile away before you coming in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like soon as it hit night, they might be doing something wrong, but hey, oh, he gonna propose. Let me hold up a sec. Let them go on by. Then they can continue, the programming. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when the cops riding around with their lights on and this. How you gonna sneak up on a criminal? However, you got your lights on and your windows up, radio playing or whatever, parked in a parking spot, whatever they doing. How you gonna stop something? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and and I feel like sometimes I think police tend to get people that's easy. The youngsters out here, doing all kind of stuff under the sun. But sometimes they prey on the older people that getting a ticket for parking right here or parking on the grass or you harassing people about certain stuff. But you got other people just out here wilding. I mean, crashing out, running stop signs, going 100 miles per hour. You pulling off them. You ain't going after them. You pulling back when they take off. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and these the people that need to be caught. And long as they know that if they wild out enough that you're gonna pull back, you think Captain Police pull back? No. You know what I'm saying? They
It's
go
some
to
people out here that try and test them. They'll test capital.
no.
Like
What
they
they
have so many what you call police chase with capital
yeah,
and somebody.
but you know how them police chase happening? It really when Capital just riding and Capital is kind of from out from downtown, they riding around and they see somebody flying or this and that, and people, it ain't like criminal be like, oh yeah, Capital be right here and right there. You know what I'm saying? They don't know exactly what they it. You know what I'm saying? So you run up
Mm-hmm.
on them and then it is just like this here. You got new police officers, and I'm gonna tell you a lot of things I done heard about a lot of people. Like when you try to talk to police officers, they're unapproachable. You got a lot of police that's not approachable. You know. What's up, Rita in his house? She said, and Capital will put them down, yeah, and they will shoot that thing. Right about that. Capital will shoot that thing. Well, I don't think our regular police wouldn't shoot it. I think they're more mindful because, when you got a lot of Jackson police that stay around here, you got to think about it like a lot of people, these kin folks, these people in their little groups, and they know, a lot of people are more social, what everybody kind of know each other a little more than back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we came up, if you was from north side of town, you didn't even know people in West Jackson, or you didn't know people in President Hills if you was from Vernish. It was just hood to hood. You didn't know people outside your hood like you can know now. And I think life has changed where a lot of people a lot of people know certain cops, a lot of people know this. And I think that's when you get these people that's riding around here putting a little blue sticker and blue and black sticker across their tag or something, and hell, they be breaking more laws than regular people. And I just think whoever go by Challenger these days, they just automatic already in law breaking mode because it seems like every time I see somebody in a Challenger, they just flying and acting a fool. I mean, just it never fails. It never
Especially
fails.
if you have the pipe.
Huh?
Especially if it has the pipe to give it that extra roar.
Yeah,
I
what
think
they call
the
it,
sound of it.
that ain't the Hemi. It's another. Is it the Hemi? It's another motor that go on them thing they've been talking about too. I forget what it's called. I know the Hemi, but it's another motor that go up in that thing. I'm sure somebody might know better. Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go to the next one. All righty. Bam. Come on with it.
So, can we blame it on the pandemic and systematic poverty? So, like the pandemic, during the pandemic, the world closed, right? Then the president of United States start issuing all this free stuff, free money, all these extra benefits. A lot of people stop working. People stop living and start relying. They stop working their jobs and just relying on the system to provide. And I'm thinking, like, has people gotten into that particular habit where it consumed them in order to just live? Like, did that really help us or did it hinder us as people? The pandemic, did that cause us to get into a state of mind where we have to fight and take?
And then that comes with this, goes with that. Read that one.
A lot of people got hooked on drugs during the lockdown, like alcohol, weed, and pills. Oh my goodness.
And I think that came with the lockdown, adding them two together. Um, I think a lot of people gain weight. I know people gain weight. I know people oh Hellcat, that was that, yeah, that was saying, yeah. If they got a Hellcat motor up in that thing, it's on. It's like they just, because it's like something about that motor makes everyone feel that they can outrun or walk and talk. You know what I'm saying? Because um I get it. We ain't got them helicopters and all that stuff like a bigger city, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
we're gonna build them, and they gonna put them with them little airplanes in the air, what they call them, little drones. They gonna put them little drones in the air and be following cars in a minute. They ain't got to have, see, all that money they was spending on helicopters, they can do it in a different way. They can put that up there and they can follow, they can have that a bead on a car and they can follow a car wherever the car go without going through all that. So that's another thing that we can think about, controlling crime a little bit. Because a lot of people ain't gonna want to do a lot of crime. They look up there, they see the little thing up there filming them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they can drop down behind somebody, get their tag number, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's another way we might have to figure out different ways on fighting crime. You know what I'm saying? And the old way, remember how they say that when if the old way ain't working, you got to try something new. And
Right.
I I think that would even bother me if I seen 2, 3 airplanes in the air. Like, oh, kid, them folks for watching us. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
think that right there would do something different because I think you got to do different techniques to what's name. Like they could probably watch gas stations and other stuff just by deploying, aircraft. But see, I know a lot of them aircraft they don't stay up, but at the max, some of them about 45 minutes. So they still ain't got that longevity. Once they get some 2-hour flights, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you think about people? Did you notice anybody getting hooked? Because staying in the house is a whole different thing. Just having to stay in a house and not come out. So
Yeah.
that in itself,
Right. Yeah,
Is
like
you said what?
yeah, it is. Go ahead. I was letting you
Yes.
finish.
Yeah, but I think with staying in the house, it already drove people crazy just having to stay around their significant other and kids and all that. A lot of people went crazy just hanging around their kids. And they went to drinking, went to smoking, went to taking long walks down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff happened during the pandemic that, a lot of depression, a lot of people that question everything. A lot of people. You remember when I said when we was doing the shows during the pandemic, when I was saying that, man, once this pandemic over with, a lot of relationships was gonna break up. You remember I used to say that all the time?
Mm-hmm.
And I think soon as that pandemic and everybody could go and leave, people were leaving. people were straight out leaving. They had enough. Sometimes that exposed like making people be around each other a lot can expose if they really like each other a lot. And I think a lot of people, um, the reason some relationships work more than others is because maybe the work relationship where a person is out working a lot and different stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Less time to
Yeah.
argue. Yeah. What's up, bro? What's up, Terrence? Up in his house. Up at this thing. Chilling like a villain. What you doing for it, man? We talking about this crime and all this stuff going on around this thing. Come on with.
So lack of
There's a lot to
jobs and little financial support.
what you
The
got to say about
cost of living has increased, but the economic income hadn't for a lot of people. The state of
it. Yeah,
Mississippi has not adjusted any wages to match the income increase. I mean, the cost of living increase.
you know what makes it so bad? I'm still missing $5 haircuts. I remember when $5 haircut, everything went up. How this the problem. And this is what's making everybody grow hair. Um, um, you be thinking about it like this here. Man, you just go out here. Why sometimes if some people ain't making but $20 an hour or whatever, why I got to work a whole hour or 2 hours to get a haircut? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm
Okay.
saying like haircut done
You
got
said
so
because
high.
the cost is
Haircut done got
expensive.
so
Okay.
high. You feel like you working a whole 2 hours just to get a haircut. Why they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I think that's what's making people grow hair because you looking at it and you like everything is getting higher, but pay, and they don't even realize how we still the poorest state, but we got haircuts like we in New York City, and you know what I'm saying in L.A. Like that, like
Yeah.
you look at it, make me want to Google up how much haircuts is in Chicago or something because we having stuff for economic big cities. You know what I'm saying? And what it is, they pushing it on us because big businesses coming around here buying up stuff, open up big business and charging just like every other city. You know what I'm saying? And we
Yeah.
just ain't got it like we ain't got it. That's why we got so many dollar stores around. Okay,
Mhm.
that part. Big Dog said he cool and staying out the way. He said
Terrence
we
said
need
you
to
all,
get together. Go ahead. Go
Terrence
ahead.
said you all need to get together and give these youth something to do in the city.
And I agree. I agree. And I was talking about that last week. We ain't got no parks no more. I mean, none that's working like with basketball games. Something a kid want to do. We got parks where they can go and roll up it, but we ain't got parks where they can go and play basketball again. All the goals are taken down just about a lot of parks. They just got a couple of main parks that got goals up. I know Lake Hyco. I mean, like it's I don't even know, but maybe 3 or 4 parks they got basketball goals now. All of them.
Mhm.
It used to be basketball goals at every park around here. People don't even want to put basketball goals in front of their house because they're scared all these old crazy kids gonna come and play in their yard while they at work or something.
Yeah.
You know, it done got just that bad. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I be you want to think about it, but gotta know.
He said, is Grove Park still open? I'm not sure.
Yes,
Oh, are they? I remember once
still
they
gotta
had
go.
they renovated the
Like I
ground
remember
area.
most of the parks had about 4 goals, but now these parks be having like 1 goal, sometimes 2 goals,
Well, Grove Park has a tennis court too.
and and they used to have goals. Hell, I remember we went to park and they started putting tennis like a thing across the thing to keep people from running the whole court. It they wanted people to have court. I mean they started. I think the way a lot of things went wrong, people was trying to do so much controlling that they stopped listening to the people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up, Ursula? Up in his house? Read that.
She said, "Hey fam, I have truly missed y'all. I'm glad to join the chat."
That's what's up.
Ursula said, "I've been asking the question myself. What can we do as a community to give these kids hope for a future, or even change their mindset to even want to do anything for the future?"
Man. Um what you come up with? Come up with something. Come up with one thing that we can do to jumpstart the kids.
Let me tell you, just a basic summit. When you get these children together and let them talk, you will be surprised of what they have to say. The children themselves have ideas. If anybody would just take out time to listen, you have to take out time to listen to these children. So, do people sit down and have a talk with the child, ask them how their day, just like an adult? You would want somebody to ask you how's your day or how things going for you, and be genuinely concerned. And if we do that for children, I think that can be a start right there.
I agree. Read that.
He said, I remember the Nipsey days. What's that? NSYP day. What is that? I don't know. Terrence.
I don't know.
I
You
don't
got
know what that
uh,
is. He said, I hope
Terrence.
I see
He said, right. Yeah, you gonna have to
that.
break that down for us, man. They got so many ebonics on this thing. What's up, Kimberly? I jump in this thing. Don't forget to like and share. It don't cost a thing. He said having an ear to listen. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I think these days children are kind of like a reflection of us. I think we always telling the children to get out, but we stay in. We don't get out the house. When the last time, we went outside and took a chair outside and just sit outside and talk to somebody without burying our head into a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when have you just had just meaningful conversation? Like, I noticed myself, I do a lot of working, but I notice I try to make myself get out a couple days a week to get out around people, to not lose myself into just work, home, work, home, work, home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do that.
I agree.
Okay.
Hershey said that is a great idea, actually. I do that with the few I'm blessed to encounter. But we may need to have some type of youth summit. Yeah. And then always, it doesn't have to go through a church. Because if you do it outside of a church facility, the kids may feel a little more comfortable to be open and honest,
Right.
with the conversation. So I
Cause I
agree.
cause I think when you're doing it in the church, it's like you pushing something on them, and you want them to be free to be able to talk to you mano a mano and not kind of feeling intimidated. You know what I'm
But
saying?
there is one thing that people don't discuss a lot that is taking over in the city of Jackson. It is becoming a big takeoff. And this is sex trafficking. You know how these young girls are coming and being lured or directed into being involved in a different type of life that they don't think they want. So I'm saying 12 and 13, 14-year-old girls are missing, getting caught up in this. You have to talk to people. If you had a person in your life you can talk to or give you some type of directive on how to make decisions on things like that. So just say, for instance, if you did do a youth summit, I would recommend like people that has lived the life, basic people, not people that has a title or this doctor, this a preacher, that just general people. Let them come in and talk to the boys, separate them from the girls. Let their ladies with pertinent information that can come and talk to the girl. You have the place, set it up, make it happen, open it up, community summit for teenagers. Because that's what we have to start, because they are our future. A lot of these grown people may need to talk to people too, but we got to start with our next generation that are soon to take over. Direct them so they wouldn't be left behind. They can direct their lives in a good and positive way. So that is something to take into consideration. Oh, he said the sports program they used at JSU. What was that? Upper Bounds. Upward Bounds. Wasn't that what it called? He was talking about the summer program at JSU. Wasn't that Upward Bound?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Upper Bound program up there. Um, I was sitting up here, you know, I kind of know, I know we have a problem with probably some of the sex trafficking thing, but I think in our city is not the major problem, because I think we always had sex workers, because right now it's more of a individual type thing, because only reason they call it sex trafficking is when they got a pimp. See, women can go out here all day long, sell their coochie all day. They sell it uh, on Facebook. They sell it in the stories. They sell it. They tell you $20, $30 for videos and seeing this. Oh, I'm gonna go to my page, my backspace, my OnlyFans. I mean, we, what they is doing to P Diddy. Why is this not happening to regular women that's sitting there and blatantly selling pussy out here on the line, and it's not legal? This is not legal, but I mean, I'm watching it. Just they not trying to stop none of this. You know what I'm saying? Like you still, I still see the same crackheads that I seen um 10 years ago walking the street trying to sell some coochie. And it don't make no sense. We got this, I see the same, some streets you can see the same white girl still walking up and down the street. And that's just in a 90% black city. They're just odd to just look and see somebody in the middle of the night or the middle of the morning walking the street and white and obviously they selling coochie, they tweaking and they what's name, they half naked. And I just think people closing their eyes to obvious crimes and uh, um and trying to bang out other crimes. And I just think we got to stop crime as a whole because um it's getting to the point that we saying, well, we arresting men for crime, but we not really arresting women for crime, because I done seen where women drug dealers can stay out here forever in a day without getting busted or whatever, and I done seen men go out here and catch case after case and in and out of jail while women sitting around here doing the same thing, but it's shunned. Looked at different. She's supporting the family or this and that, but they don't look at the same way on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of women to tell you. Um, let me tell you this. Okay, we went after P. Diddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went after P. Diddy. But in the same mind frame that they went after P. Diddy, Cardi B wrote a book. I mean, not wrote a book, but got on the internet and said that she used to drug and rob men in New York City and all this. And ain't nobody came after Cardi B. Ain't nobody came after none. She was doing stuff with the president. When Joe Biden was running for president, he had Cardi B and all that. And ain't nobody went after these women. They even made a movie. They even made a movie about how they was robbing dudes and this and that. And I'm like, you can say that you do this. You get Pepsi commercials and all this. Y'all been selling coochie, robbing dudes, telling people I'm a stripper, then sold dope, then did this, did that. So, but you can be propped up, and now every woman is going out trying to be the same as this, and that's the problem. We got we got underlying. We got some some stuff that's not fair all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm sitting up here watching, they talk about how P did this, but you sit up there and you look at other people that actually said out their mouth. And sold drugs. I didn't put Mickey's in people drink and knocked them out, robbed them, and all that. And then they show stuff on TV all the time. It's women getting caught now, but they show stuff in Florida and everything, but they don't get caught until they kill people. You know what I'm saying? Till somebody get murdered. When you see the first 48 and all this, well, women setting up men all day long to get robbed and everything, but until somebody die or something like that, they hardly don't ever get caught. That's my little rant on that. I just think I'm pretty big on equality. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna do this thing, we need to look at it in both ways. And crime is crime. And if you're gonna get men, you need to get women the same thing. And a lot of women is getting pulled over and they smile and they get let go. And a nigga smile, he gets drug out his car. And it's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? But let's read on. Let's carry on. Come on.
She said, I'm not big on having these types of gathering at church anyway. Religion isn't what these kids are interested in. It doesn't make sense to us adults. Why try to make them believe?
Right. That part. Yeah.
Terrence said, I will help out on that. That's cool.
Okay.
National Youth Sports Program. Yeah. Okay.
And one thing about that, I commend all these young coaches. There's a lot of black men that work and at their spare time, they get off work and they have time. And that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to do, to be able to work all day and get off work and go straight to, a place that after you get out of work from 4 to 5 or 4 to 7, and then coach kids and all this for the latter part of your day, you know what I'm saying? And don't get home till, and I realized how great my guy Kenny Johnson was when he died, the air conditioner man, because I was realizing how many people he was helping, how much stuff he was doing after hours and this and that after he got off work, and trying to help people, teaching a class at CDC to, for 2-3 hours. And people don't even realize how many people doing this type of stuff, trying to make a difference. And I commend everybody who puts in 8 hours a day, 8-10 hours, and then get out of work and then put 3-4 more hours trying to teach somebody or something. It just we don't give it a lot of accolades like we should.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Damn.
He said the National Youth Sports Program. Okay. So now you want to know, it's happening in every major city. Crime is just out of control.
Yeah, I mean, we have to really understand that in all major cities, crime is going up. We got Memphis, we got New Orleans, these cities are straight dangerous. I mean, hey, Jackson, we dangerous too. But one thing about it, being in Jackson and seeing how dangerous Jackson is, I can understand it, because if Jackson had way more people, just imagine us having double the amount of people that we got now in Jackson, and we doubled it up. It would be crazy, because you would have more guns, more people, more people that feel a certain kind of way, more attitudes, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
mean, we don't understand. A lot of people want to run to these big cities, but big cities, it's like if we going down this road, big cities just gonna be a bigger place where you can kind of run into just as more stuff than you would run in here because you got more people. And anytime you got more people, you got more things for conflict and all kind of things that might jump off,
Yeah.
you know. And think about this here. We might have started off with the school shootings way back in the day. You remember when Pearl, that was one of the first school shootings. I think
Hmm.
that, what, maybe second or third or something like that back in the day. But
Well, one that's major.
yeah. And other than that, I don't even think we had a school shooting since then. And I think more of our stuff that's happening around here is people just can't get along. And can't get along. We fail to say it's still people out here robbing people. There's still people out here, you know, just can't get along. Just friends can't get along with this and that. And it's just a trip. I mean, you just had to really take in a deep breath because I don't think I don't think it. I think it can get a little better, but I think it might get worse once we get more people trying to pile up in Jackson. Because I'm gonna tell you this: more country towns around here ain't got no jobs. And there's more people graduating from school all over Mississippi, and then they trying to run up to Jackson because I see more out of town tags every week through Jackson. Everybody trying to come to the major city, trying to get a job, a little job or something. And I mean, it's not a lot of jobs around Mississippi, and a lot of people ain't trying to be farmers and this and that, and that's another thing I had brung up that I got to get head of. Bam, good. I was talking about it.
We
Read
have
that.
to stop children from learning outside jobs.
We
Some
have
are even,
kids
we
from
have
learn.
stopped kids from learning outside jobs. Some are even scared of the outdoors.
And that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Like I remember when kids used to be able to go with grown men, work, make a little money, learn something, and this and that. And the problem is, it ain't the fact that a lot of men don't want to help out the kids. A lot of people don't just like giving away their money. A lot of kids don't like to work. They like to come in on a job, don't know nothing. You got to train them. And it's the same thing. When you go to college and they training you, what's not, you pay the college for them to train you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
all these dudes be coming out here, if they training you to learn a skill, all they want you to do is listen and don't complain too much. You know what I'm saying? You get
Yeah.
you a couple weeks in, learn how to do the stuff because I'm really ain't making no money until you learn how to do it and get
Hmm.
it right. Yeah, a person that just come in here and thinking they know it all and oh, I've been out here working, you know, oh, it's been 8 hours. Hell, I've been teaching you shit for self. You ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been teaching all day. So what the teacher get? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All he get is somebody who want 6 hours worth of pay or 7 hours, 8 hours worth of pay and they ain't studying that old on the job training stuff. Hey, pay me. And that's how kids are being, wasn't it, being trained by their mama. Don't you be doing that for free. Don't you? They don't realize that a lot of people did something free. I remember listening to somebody that was talking about back in the day, was talking about how, some rappers got on. They used to have to pay people to perform at the shows. You know what I'm saying? Like to get on the show with some of the rappers. They used to have to pay them to get on the show, to get
Yeah.
they out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what it is if mothers and fathers would say, if you're not teaching no outside job, if you tell them, hey, go with this man, couple weeks or whatever, don't worry about making money. Learn. Learn the business. Learn what he doing. Have you come back and be whole and know something. You know what I'm saying? Like if you going even to ride off and mow yards with a dude, go out there and learn how to weed eat, how to not to bust windows and this and that and all that. It's so much stuff that go with mowing a yard. People think anybody can just go out there and just mow a yard. Yeah, you would lose more money than you make breaking windows and all kind of stuff if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people ain't being trained to know how to work. Outside jobs, they need to be trained before they even get paid. If I got to come pick you up and feed you and all that and train you, you should be good
Mm-hmm.
to payday. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But people are not letting their children get skills. Let your child ride off with a plumber for a couple of weeks. He gonna come back a different person. He gonna know some stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope so.
And people ain't looking at it like that. People looking at it, go out there. Don't you be doing that without no money. Don't you be no slave. Man, that's called learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm,
called learning. You got people that gonna pay you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? They can't pay you like pay your worth because you ain't worth nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? You just in this
mm,
thing trying to learn something. Get you a couple weeks, learn something. Then the man can really give you some money and feel good about paying you because he can say, go over there and do that. And he ain't got to come over there and help you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because if somebody come over there and tell you go do something, and then you go over there and start doing something, hey, and he got to come over there and do it, the fuck he need you there for? All you doing is really taking money out of his pocket. It's just like, say, we'll do it like this here. Say you was preparing some taxes or something. And somebody came and you trying to teach somebody how to do taxes or something like that. And you say, that they want, get paid or whatever. And you say, okay, go over there. You say you ready for this whoop to whoop. You done worked all, train them for a day. You send them over there, and every time they over there doing something, they call you every 5 minutes. Hey, this right here, this right, and you coming from doing what you doing to come help them finish up what they doing. That ain't helping you none. You might as well have
Right.
sat there and did it yourself, and you'd have
Need it
been through.
myself.
You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's the
Correct.
thing. That's the thing that entrepreneurs are going through out here because everybody thinking paycheck then skills. These kids need skills. Like they all say, you can bring a joker, you can feed a joker, you can go out there and take them out to eat and feed a joker all week. But if you go and take him in the house and teach him how to cook, he can eat for a lifetime. Then if you teach him how to do something, you know what I'm saying? It's like fishing.
Mm,
Now you say you can You can take him to the lake. If you sit up there, but you cannot. If you teach a man how to fish, he can eat. He can live forever off that. And people don't even look at that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is a man ratting there in some cabin out there in the middle of the woods, going out there with a bow and a fishing rod and coming home and cooking and eating every day. I ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
he was taught how to survive. And that's the whole thing. You got to be taught how to survive in this concrete jungle. And that's what men are not getting. They're not getting from other men how to survive. They getting half of these dudes trying to learn how to survive off some dude on TikTok. Oh, let me tell you what you do. You do this, and yeah, you'll get rich and this and that and that and that. And all he doing is getting views and this and that, and he don't care nothing about you like that. You got to get somebody that actually care.
Yeah.
And that's why you always should love real teachers, because real teachers care. And they show it by staying after tutoring and all kind of stuff. Because fake teachers don't tutor. I'm just telling you. When somebody tutoring, they're trying to get some extra, but they know what they're doing. And they
Mm-hmm.
got to love it a little bit to even waste that extra time doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree with you.
Come on with it.
Lack of economic opportunities can relate to crime. So when you don't have the money and don't always have what. That's how I remember this time I talked to this guy. He had been to prison, and he had been to prison for trying to rob a bank. He said that when he was coming, it's not funny, but he said when he was coming up that they didn't have. Like his mom worked several jobs and they still was having a hard time living. And his father had gotten laid off from the job, things like that. So he said he thought that if he go in there and try and do um, a thing to try and bring in some money fast, because his dad already told him that if he got on these streets trying to sell drugs, he was gonna kick him out and do the whoop de whoop on him or whatever. So he thought he can go in here and rob this bank and get this money. So he did rob the bank, and he had kind of got away, but they like caught him the next day. But just so happened one of his teachers knew somebody and made him a part of a program that he went to jail or whatever. He said he had to go to prison, but being a part of this program, they did something with his life to make it turn around.
Mhm.
I wanted, what is it? It's still around. It used to be around in Jackson. Um, but anyway, he got a part of this program. But he said that poverty and not having, and them not being able to eat, and just eating syrup sandwiches,
Yeah. Sugar.
mayonnaise sandwiches.
Yeah.
This is the type of life he had to live if they even had bread to even eat. So he felt like if he go out and commit this crime, he can make his life better. So I know sometime in some situation when you just don't have, but some people doing it because they choose not to even try to do it.
Right.
I've seen people get robbed, broad daylight, robbed, and I'm thinking like, what made them do that? What made them go and take what that person has? So
Right. Yeah. And I agree on that. I think crime can make you. I think it can make you different. It's according on who you're around. Your your people that's around you and stuff like that. Um, It's just like I put it away. If you smoke weed, what can make you a weed head is hang around a certain group that all they want to do is smoke. So next thing you know, you go from maybe just smoking it occasionally to needing it every day, all day. You know what I'm saying?
It
And
becomes a strong habit.
right, and that's with anything. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around people that drink all day, you know, wake up with a beer, go to sleep with a beer. If you start hanging around with them long enough, guess what they gonna do? Up, 10 o'clock in the day, they're gonna pass you a beer. Next thing you know,
Mhm.
you're gonna need it all day. You know what I'm saying? And that what happened during the pandemic and stuff like that, a lot of stuff was closed and this and that. And a lot of people was, going to the liquor store every day. And, you
Cause
know
that
what I'm
was
saying?
about the only thing that was open, liquor stores and grocery stores.
Stayed open. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, grocery stores, shoot, they didn't even want you in there. Um, because they had closed over, that 24-hour thing. And
And I
then,
don't think it's back 24 hours yet, is it?
no, I told you they were going to come back 24 hours. What they were doing was resetting America. They was resetting all them little 24-hour stores and this and that. They said, nope. We reset it and we put robots in at night. So, we testing that robot. So, if y'all get out of line, well, y'all can go crazy because guess what? They starting to not charge for delivering groceries and all kind of stuff. And when they start doing that, that means they know something we don't know.
Yeah.
Or they making enough money by you ordering it and they bringing it to you, then you come into the store and they feel like you might be getting something for free. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people still they trying to keep people. I think they just trying to keep people from the stores now. That's just my
You think?
observation. Yeah, I think it's getting
Yeah.
to the point that the perishable items gonna be the only items they kind of want you to, come in and get. Anything that's unperishable, this and that, they gonna be sending that thing to you like the mailman. Order something, it gonna be at your house tomorrow. It's gonna be just like Amazon. And all they gonna do is really slip $1 in or $2 in on you. You ain't gonna know about. They gonna
Yes.
they gonna slip it in there somewhere. You gonna be like, oh, that's free. They'll be like, yeah, it's free. You see that X over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing it with Amazon one time, and I thought stuff was free, but they had some kind of annual thing that they was kind of like taking out of my account, like a little $5 here and there, or $4, and I'm like, hold on, player, you know what y'all doing?
They do something like when you be a Prime member, but like
Um,
just say for instance, do it annually, it's cheaper. They be trying to take out monthly. You be paying like 6 or 7 fees.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed when you do that Prime stuff, you get that stuff quick. You thinking it say free from Prime. It'll say free from Prime. This, delivered 2 days, whatever, whatever, whatever. But they were getting me. Yeah, I seen that. Read that.
The Bible say teach a child young. Part of the problem still falls on peers or adult supervision. More men should take a leadership role to help at least one child that needs a father figure.
And I'm gonna tell you this, Jeff. Me, I agree with you, but you gonna have pushback by a lot of women that don't want a man leading them not into a puddle of water. So That's the problem sometimes. Sometimes we got a more of a problem as in um have you seen BMF with Henry? There's a new woman on there named Henry, and she do not like men at all.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes I be out here and you can see how women don't want a man telling them what to do or running nothing about their household or telling their child nothing. You know what I'm saying? They want sometimes they want that man to go on about his business. I got this here. You know what I'm saying? And we we living in a world now that sometimes men see it sometimes. Sometimes once a woman get your sperm or whatever, 'cause they would call you a sperm donor, they done got what they want. They done got what they want. They having a child, they got that sperm from you, and that's all they want. And the bonus is if they throw you on child support and they can get some help from you, why what's name. But if that don't work, a lot of them that's doing better don't even want you around. Just
Mm.
go on about your business, and I got this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they really wanted you for, sperm donor. So they got their child, and I hate to say it, a lot of them things coming off like that. What you think about that?
No, I agree. I agree.
Mm.
It's some people like that. Or some people has gone through, they think about it can be beneficial. Are they looking at the benefit of what, about that accomplishment of getting a child?
Yeah, go ahead with that.
Most kids don't just start off bad. They go through a period of seeking, and when they can't find nobody beneficial, negativity also open for students. Yeah,
Right.
and pressure.
And that is so true. Um, a lot of people be looking for a positive influence or this and that. But sometimes negative people will show you more attention than positive people. And I told somebody that the other day. I said, um, I said, I don't know why a lot of good people shy away from having children. And it don't make sense for somebody who's a good person to not have children, knowing that
Mm,
you could instill great qualities into this child. But then
right.
you'll let bad children just be born every day with these women that gonna let the child do anything. You know what I'm saying? Run around, pampers in the middle of the street. I mean, and we don't even understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It got so bad that you letting evil win. That's how you that's how you can put it. You kind of saying, I don't like when you hear a person say, I don't want to born a child up in this world. Why wouldn't you want to put an angel of a child in this world to change this world to something better? Especially if you able to put very positive things in them, and that child probably could run with what you taught them and change people. You know what I'm saying? It's people on
Mm,
the internet every day changing people because I've seen children now be more positive because they seeing a road that sometimes some women going down the hard road, the I don't need no man road. I I feel a certain kind of way about men and because all it is trauma. Over the years being in and out of a relationship or just being in a long relationship that you felt that wasn't beneficial to you, and it can make you sour. It can
mm,
sour yourself and make you regretful, like why did I waste my time, all these years, or why did I do this, or why I didn't just move on. This person like me, I could have been married. Now he married over here. You know what I'm saying? And and the other end of that that's going on in a lot of men, man, is the same thing that I heard Ocho say one time. And he said one thing his grandma told him a long time ago is sometimes the reason she with you because she tried to get with the man she wanted, but he wouldn't get his act together, and she had to let him go. And sometimes that's how she ended up with you, or you not the one that she chose. You just the one that she's dealing with. And and I think he said one other thing like he said, remember it's always one man out there. If you meet a woman later on, it's always maybe one man out here who might always have her heart. So it's kind of hard for men to be out here and know that your woman done fell in love 10 times before you. She done told 4, 5, 6 other dudes, I love you, I love you, I love you. And that's probably why, like sometimes I put it away. This shit gonna come out kind of crazy. But
I'm
you
listening.
you know how women don't want to hear hey beautiful in the inbox, or sometimes they don't want to hear the good morning in the inbox or whatever, in the inbox and stuff like that. It's the same thing to me when I don't want to hear a woman say I love you when I know she done told 10 other dudes that and she left all them behind too. You feel me? I don't want to become a casualty into this thing. I don't want to hear the fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear the fake love and all that because I know that if you went through 10, 11 boyfriends, I know you done told all these motherfuckers that you love them and all that, and all the motherfuckers gone, and you hate them more than you ever used to love them.
Said
So,
10 boyfriend?
huh? It's
You said
it's yeah, it's a lot. It's people that had 10, 15 boyfriends out here. If you look at it, it ain't much if you don't what's name because I say by the time a woman make 18, 19, she done already had 3 or 4
oh wow.
because the reason I say that because the first encounter it, that gonna be what 6, 7 years old now. You swear down, you got a boyfriend. You move somewhere that ain't your boyfriend no more. Now you done found somebody else because people moving shit every year. You know what I'm saying? No, but for real though, you know what I'm saying? You
I hear
understand what
you.
I'm saying?
I mean,
So
I hear what you're saying.
so it's not hard to if you look at it, okay, from 5 to 8, from 8 to 12, to 12 to 15, and from 16 to 18. That's 4. You can been and ran through 4 boyfriends quick. And it don't mean that you had sex with all of them, but you done ran through 4 boyfriends that you might have said, I care about you, I love you already. That's before you even hit 20. So imagine in your 20s, oh, I don't want no man holding me down. I want to do this. I want to be that. I want to be able to live life in it. Shoot, it might run through in your 20s, might run through 5, 6 boyfriends. So that's 9 right there. So if you ain't catch it till almost 40, you know what I'm saying? It might be 10, 15 now. And we just being, and this is a low count. I'm not even saying all the men she might have had sex with that she might have trauma, just a one night stand, or women's live, the slut walk, and all that stuff that came up
Oh
through
my
these
goodness.
years. No, I'm saying, well, women are just about acting like men. So I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, if a woman went through this much, trauma and this and that, it's hard to pair bond with a dude, because you always thinking sometimes you might be comparing them to two or three other dudes in your past, or he doing this. I see. I remember another nigga that used to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it no, I'm saying it gets like that. I mean, everybody have them kind of traumas. Somebody did something to them, and then they see somebody else doing something, and it remind them of something another man did, and that's a trauma.
Oh Lord.
You don't think so?
I mean, I guess so.
Mm. How they say? I guess.
I
Last
know,
one.
right?
All right, come on with this.
So disadvantaged communities can lead to engaging in crimes just to make it.
Mm. Um, Give me your perspective on that one. You got to take yourself off mute first. You hear me? You got to take it off mute first. You on mute? Oh, oh, you got
Like
some
some stuff start going on over here. This
technical difficulties on it.
like disadvantaged communities, like you don't have communities that come together. You know, you living in an area or be a part of an area where there are a lot of issues, crime, bad habits are being seen, bad things are taking place. Those things can affect you in the way you respond to society. You know, you brought up you used to eating your dinner outside in a plate and a fork and used to sitting on the ground, or you know, you don't clean it up. If you're done with your paper, you throw it outside and you don't walk to the garbage and place it. You know, so these type of things, the environment that you're around in your community, and if it's not kept, these type of habits can rub off on you if this is not something that you're used to doing, you know.
I can agree. I can agree with that one, because
Like people know, like just say for instance, you go to somebody's house and they have a sidewalk, you choose not to walk the sidewalk, you choose to walk across their grass. Everybody don't walk across grass. You know,
right.
it's like little things, you know, you adapt to your
And,
environment.
and guess what? And I have noticed that, because like I'm not used to walking across the grass, but cut yards and things, you get used to walking across grass sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I remember uh, doing, a little work, or doing some work over at a lady house,
Mhm.
and and I remember her saying that, I walking across the grave, like, hey, walk across the grass. And I was like, ooh, Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I caught myself on, like, she right. Like, I'm not even used to walking across grass, but I was doing it just because, like, a shorter way to her. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Right.
mean, yeah, I mean, we get, sometimes we don't think ain't thinking when we doing stuff. And it can happen like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Well, I'm trying to think about what other disadvantage things in the community. Um, I guess not having people that care too. You know
Yeah, that
how
makes
in
a
some
difference.
communities, yeah, you don't have people that really can, if you're messing up, oh no, don't do that, don't. Oh, why you get that rap music? Why the little young boy got his cell phone playing drill music or something? You like, what is you doing? Like kids, if they not around people that will, you know, kind of tell them the real and try to stop them from doing stuff. If they, I realize if you don't instill discipline in a kid and you let a kid just go, he will get worse and worse as time. It seemed like a little smile, a little laugh, a little, when he hitting you or throwing something at you or being bad. It seemed like a
I'm
laughable
telling you
affair.
now, you have to stop that immediately. Because
Yeah,
the kids don't always know. You got to break that barrier in the beginning. No hitting.
yeah,
Don't hit me in my face. Don't pop me here. Don't act like that. You got to that immediately.
right. Go ahead with that.
A lot of our problems is related to drugs. We may not have that necessary talk with our kids, but instead we're going to go through the time and trouble to spend money on hustle up drugs and alcohol.
And
Or,
I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of our kids going down the drain because all they see is their parents getting drunk and high. And if this all year, if you stop caring about life and all you caring about is the next blunt and the next bottle, it gonna trickle down. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna trickle down to the kids because we got to get out. We got to let them know that it's something different. Because if we just sitting in the house and we don't have nothing going on, we ain't volunteering nowhere, or we ain't making no contributions, because once we get off work, if you ain't working from dusk to dawn, it's a lot of that time in there where you can be doing good. I see people all the time, you know, wasting a lot of their time and could be out here making a difference,
yeah,
you know, because don't cry about what's going on around you if you ain't willing to step out and try to do something a little bit. I was talking to one of my partner the other day, and I was over there, and I was like, "Hey, man, they doing that, man." Well, he was like, "Oh, no, no, no." He, I'm gonna tell you exactly. How he said, "You kind of you bigger." Down do it like because I think he like maybe 5'4" or something like that, or 5'5". He was like, yeah, you tall, you bigger, they respect you more, and they might listen to you, but they ain't listening to me. And I don't just think that's so. I think if you come in a positive way, sometimes, and you try to let it be known that I'm not trying to, you know, run you, demand you do something. I just want you to see what you're doing and try to do it a different way, a better way. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
I think I think right now we scared of kids. We scared of the children around us. And we scared to straighten. We scared to tell our own kids to chill out.
yeah,
So how we gonna tell somebody else's kids
ain't
when we
that the truth?
scared to talk to our own kids? And that's the problem. If your kid, I put it away, if your kid don't respect you, just don't have your kid around you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember a time that when I felt my kid lost a little respect for me, just don't be around me till you get it back. And I just feel like sometimes they got to go out here and realize don't nobody love them like you love them for them to really wake up and understand what they doing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some kids just out here just how they call it crashing out.
That's
Crash
dumb.
what? Crash dummies for what? I mean, you got dudes, and I was talking to a dude the other day. You got dudes going to jail every day, you know, by beefing about a woman or something. It's just so much stuff that they could be doing better that they ain't trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got. So, hey, all I can say is, hey,
Yeah. Trip out big splash, baby, you can see it. Yeah. Strong. Along the way. On the surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me.
and one thing I wanted to say, um, to everybody that lost somebody and all that, just thinking about that today, a lot of us done lost our loved ones and our people since since 2020, since the pandemic, since before the pandemic, and shouts out to all our people we love and people we miss, and we know we had to go on, but sometimes it don't cost nothing to sit back and realize what they probably done did for your life and stuff like that. Some people done have very positive influence on different people's lives and stuff. And that's what I got for this. What I got.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay, what?
Please. I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him!
And we'll be back next Tuesday on Hood Talk. We'll see y'all later. Not the normal 2 hour, but hey, we got it in. And it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? We did a 3-hour show last week. All right.
All right. Good night to you.
Good night. Peace. Uh-oh, Lord. This thing up here. Okay.